wears his Sunday best. Mother's tired, she needs a rest. The kids are playing up downstairs. Sister's sighing in her sleep. Brother's got a date to keep, he can't hang around. Our house in the middle of our street. Our house in the middle of our house, it has a crowd. There's always something happening and it's usually quite loud. Our mum, she's so house proud. Nothing ever slows her down and a mess is not allowed. Our house in the middle of our street. Our house in the middle of our house in the middle of our street. Something tells you that you've got to move in the middle of our. Father gets up late for work.
How can you host an old lady on a scooter? It's disgusting. Where am I going to live? In a tent in the park? Come on, Mads.
I'm Mark Hinson. I'm here today as Ward Councillor for Shaw, and I'm here to represent residents of Places for People who are acting more like places for profit. We're here at their headquarters in Preston to demonstrate on about a 40% increase in rents. Essentially what Places for People are trying to do, they're trying to tell people who believe, in many cases for over years, that they were social tenants, and now they're being hoodwinked into being put in a category of private tenants, which means a 40% increase in rents. Some people can't afford this, some people's benefits won't cover it. We've got a lot of vulnerable and elderly people here today. Not everyone could make it due to incapacity issues, and we're here to make a sign of protest to Mr. G. Reid, the Chief Executive of Places for People. Thank you. I'm here with Pauline, a long-standing tenant. Pauline, what does this change of your terms and conditions mean to you?
I just don't know which way to turn, which way to go, where I'll be. I'm currently in the last stages of my life, and the uncertainty is making me ill. We've created such a close-knit community who I heavily rely on. I just don't know where I'd be or what I'll do without them, because I have no family that live close by. So I rely on my neighbours and Sarah and my neighbour next door, and if we're all split up.
And Pauline, this increase would effectively mean you'd be homeless, wouldn't it?
Well, obviously. Homeless, living on my scooter with 2 dogs.
And if you had a message for Mr. G. Reid, what would it be?
Could we have a face-to-face meeting with you and see if we can come to some logic agreement whereby us we're all agreeable, because these rents are extortionate. I moved from a council house to what I thought was social housing, and the rents portrayed that. Then all of a sudden this year they're jumping up £200 a month. It's a hike. It's just not feasible on the pension. And that's what I am. I'm a pension dealing with my daily disabilities. It's made me want to commit suicide, to be quite honest. And I have contemplated that, because am I a burden to you, Greg? Is that what old people are? A burden?
Okay. All right, Pauline, thank you.
What do we want? 2.7. What don't we want? 20%. When do we want it? Now. What do we want? 2.7. What don't we want? 20%.
So it's not just the older who are affected, are they? It's the young as well.
Yeah.
And who've we got here with us today? Let's have a look at your face.
Bobby Ray, she's 2.5.
She's 2.5.
And we're worried if we're going to be able to stay in the house or not.
Yeah.
Do you know, keep on like doing the repairs ourselves and decorating it how we want to.
Yeah.
Why should we waste money now when we don't know if we're going to be able to afford it?
I know, and it's just like a massive shock.
No, it is, because it's gone up an extra £130 since last year.
Yeah.
A month. That is disgusting.
And how long have you been a tenant of Places for People?
2020.
2020. Yeah. And as far as you are concerned, you're a social tenant, aren't you?
Certainly am, yeah.
So this has come as a bit of a shock to you?
A very big shock. It nearly put me back in hospital.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. And if you had a message for Mr. G. Reid, what would it be?
Don't do it. Don't put the rent up any more than the 2.7.
Do you think
Social tenants living in private tenancies. Social tenants living in private tenancies.
So I'm here with Greg and Jennifer. Jennifer, you've been a long-standing tenant for how long?
33 years.
33 years.
Yes.
And you were always under the rightful belief you were a social tenant, is that correct?
Absolutely.
So
yes.
this has obviously become a bit of a shock to you?
Massive shock.
Social tenancies
Yeah.
back.
And how does that leave you,
No.
personally
What do we want?
speaking?
Social tenancies back.
I'm stressed
When do
out
we
with it
want
all
No.
and won't be able to
When do we
afford the
want
rents when
social
they're
tenancies
trying to
back?
put them
When
up.
do we want it? No.
When I moved in,
When do we want
I
a
was
social
told there were
tenancies
social
back?
properties.
When do we want it? No.
The
What
rents
do
have
we
always
want?
been in
A
line
social
with social
tenancy back?
housing. So
When
I
do
don't
we
see they
want
can
it?
justify
No.
doing this to us.
Yeah. How long have you been a tenant?
25 years.
25 years.
Yeah.
And you were always under the belief that you were social tenants, is that correct?
Definitely, yeah. I did a house exchange from a council property
Yeah.
and under the belief that it was social housing.
Yeah. So how did obviously with this change of policy by Places for People, how's that taken you aback?
It's really shocked us. I mean, both myself and my husband both work, but it's just we won't be able to afford the rent.
Right.
We won't be able to afford the rent, even though we're both working. It's like it's just too much.
Yeah.
Too much.
So it's obviously had a bit of a stressful.
Yeah. Especially, I mean, the cost of living's gone up. Everything's gone up. But if they put it up to the 40%,
Profits are going up.
Well, are they?
Well,
Where?
profits are going up
Not in
apparently.
my house, they're
Well,
not.
there we go. Yeah.
But yeah.
I'm here with Sarah. Sarah's one of the residents who's galvanised today's protest. Sarah, how long have you been a tenant?
Since 2013.
And obviously, in your eyes and your belief, you were a social tenant.
Yeah, I moved from another one of their properties and did an internal move. So I've been with them probably about 20 odd years now in total. But I swapped like for like that's what I believe, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, obviously, there's ongoing legal case going on.
Yeah.
But it is, as far as we're concerned, heavily implied. And now they're trying to move the goalposts, aren't they? And that's obviously having a bit of a massive financial burden on people.
Oh, 1,000,000%, yeah. That, you know, they won't communicate with us at all. As soon as you try and make any contact with them, they pass us over to Touchstones, which is a subsidiary of theirs, a private management company. We're not private, we're social. So why are you passing us over to private people to deal with our cases? There's complaints gone in, they can't acknowledge them, they're not following their own policies and procedures and responding in the timescales that they set out.
So if you had a message for Mr. G. Reid today, what would it be?
It's about time you come down and spoke to us face to face. It's about time you responded to us. It's about time you stopped hiding behind Places for Profit and come down here and spoke to us as individuals, as tenants, as residents, not customers, Mr. Reid. We are not your customer, we are residents. So if you've got anything that you need to do, what it is to come and speak to us and negotiate and put our tenancies back to what they were, which is social, and stop being so bloody stupid trying to make up that we're private and there's little loopholes here and there and the rest. There's no loophole in that tenancy agreement. They're assured tenancies. Assured tenancies are for social tenants. We all moved believing we were social tenants, and now you want to see profit. Well, you're not having any more profit. You've had enough.
Oh, here's the food! Here's the food! Hey! So I'm here with Nadine. Nadine, how long have you been a resident?
24 years.
What do we want?
And in that 24 years, you always consider yourself to be a social tenant?
Oh yeah, 100%, 100%.
So again, this has come as a bit of a shock to you when they're all of a sudden...
Massive shock. And a big worry as well for everybody.
Yeah.
What do we want?
Big financial concerns?
Oh God, yeah, 100%, yeah, because how are you going to afford your rents when they're putting them up like this? It's, what they're doing is illegal.
Yeah. So I believe they brought in the private portfolio in 2000, didn't they?
They did, yeah.
And yet these houses were built in 1992.
Yeah, so how can that be right if it doesn't add up? It just doesn't add up at all.
There's a lot of question marks, isn't
Oh
there?
God, yeah. And he should come down and face us and tell us, because it's not being fair. There's a lot of old and vulnerable people what have lived there many years, and it's just worry and stress on everybody.
Yeah.
It's just not right what they're doing.
Unfortunately, there's no senior management available to speak to us today from Places for People, but we will remain undeterred. As you will have heard, there is a lot of upset, a lot of anger and a lot of fear from residents, and just to have 40% increase put on you, some of extremely vulnerable people, is frankly immoral in my view, especially when we're talking about a housing association that sold itself as a social housing provider, and to just try to move the goalposts to get them to be private tenants is just beyond the pale.
We want rent raise. When do we want it? Now. We want our social housing back. When do we want it? Now. Market value rents. We are social tenants, not market value rents. We are social tenants, not market value rents.
I've got one of our senior leaders that can be on the phone if you want.
Oh yeah.
He could. He has actually made an offer to I think one of your colleagues
but
to meet in Oldham. But he come up to. He's unfortunately he's in Devon at the moment.
Oh right.
But he can do a call now, and then he's proposing potentially coming up to meet you at your offices.
Right. Yeah. If we can get him on a call now. Yeah. Hey Tim.
Hey Mark.
Yeah. Just to introduce myself, Tim. I'm Mark Ince. I'm a councillor at OMBC, and it's the ward that your tenants are affected in. So thanks for speaking to us today. I know there's ongoing conversations, and I believe you'd like to come up and meet with residents personally.
I'm very happy to do that. Yes.
Well, that's excellent. So we'll put together a date. Next Wednesday, would that be okay?
I can do that, Mark. I'm meant to be. It's no problem at all. But I'm meant to be in York in the afternoon.
Right. Okay.
So I can in the morning on Wednesday, or I could do it on Tuesday at a time that works for you.
Well, if I get your number, Tim, we'll confirm. But thanks for your genuine offer, and we'll certainly take you up on it. What is your role? Sorry, Tim.
I am the investment director for Places for People.
All right. Okay. Well, nice speaking to you, and I look forward to seeing you in the flesh.
So yeah, I'm really happy to do that, and I understand why our customers are really concerned, and we do want to address this. And we want to make it come to the best possible outcome we can.
Okay.
Southwest.
Yeah. Thanks for your time, Tim, and I look forward to seeing you next week. So we've had a bit of a positive result there from our demonstration, would you say?
Absolutely, yeah.
So we've got
communication.
Tim Fuller's going to come up and meet with residents. Tim's the investment director. Tim's the investment director for Places for People. I think that his title says something, doesn't it? Investment director.
Correct.
But we are where we are. But it's a genuine offer. We'll take it up with that, and he's keen to meet residents to look for a resolution. So today's as we're getting lots of support from passing cars. Today's process has proved fruitful. And the residents who've come and those who couldn't come for mobility reasons should be very proud of themselves. So we've had a really good result today. You've made your voice heard. We've got the investment director from Places for People who's committed to coming down and meeting with residents next week. I think they're keen to find a resolution to this. But this has only happened because of the residents and because you've come together as a unit. And you've shown strength through unity. So, like I say, give yourselves all a round of applause. Thank you very much.